अहम सर्वस्य प्रभवो मत्तः सर्वं प्रवर्तते इति मत्वा भजन्ते मां बुधा भाव समन्विताः. Hello friends, this is the 8th shlok of the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and today we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says, Aham sarvasya prabhavo, which means I am the cause of all. Mattah sarvam pravartate, which means all emanate from me. Iti matva bhajante mam, which means with such an opinion, worship Buddha Bhava Samanvitaha, which means me, the intelligent, integrated in quality. So, what Sri Krishna is telling over here is a continuation to what he was telling in the previous shlok. So, in the previous shlok, Sri Krishna told Arjun that you should not doubt that when you will make an effort to join with me, then you should not doubt about this joining. You will definitely join me. So, after explaining that, over here Shri Krishna is telling Arjun that I am the cause of all and all emanate from me. So, this opinion, when a person keeps, then he becomes joined with me, and such a person is an intelligent person. So basically, the message over here seems to be pretty obvious, as in what Sri Krishna is saying over here is that if you were to believe that I am the source of all, then you will become joined with me, and that is how you will attain me. But the idea actually is not that straightforward as it seems. There are subtleties over here that we have to understand. So let's look at this message once again and try to evaluate it. Let's first consider the behavior of people in this world, or consider your own behavior itself. So you have a certain mindset in your mind with which you consider what is right and what is wrong, and with that opinion you look at this world. So because you have a certain values that you keep with you, you have a certain expectation from this world, and you expect that if the world is right, then such and such thing should happen. Now when the things don't happen in that manner, then you say that, oh, something is wrong with this world. So if you have such a point of view, then, and you are a person who is active and who wants to do things, then you might have some sort of inspiration come to you, wherein you will say that no, I have to correct these things, and you will feel like you want to correct, and you want to act to correct the world in the way you want it to be. So with that, now you try to understand this message of Sri Krishna. Here Sri Krishna is saying that I am the cause of all and everything emanates from me. So that means that everything that is happening in this universe is happening because of Sri Krishna, because Sri Krishna is the cause of all. So if there is something in this world that you do not like, then the cause of that thing is also Sri Krishna. And now if you were to act so that you can correct what you don't like, then in that sense you are basically going against the will of Sri Krishna, because Sri Krishna wants the world to be like this, and you are not happy with it and you want the world to be different. So you are basically working against the will of Sri Krishna. So this is where the confusion is. You might now create a counterpoint and say that, if I start acting like that, then I don't have to do work on anything. Then if something wrong is happening in this universe, then I should not really work towards it. I should not work towards improving that wrong. So here the counter question that has to be brought is, how do you know what is right and what is wrong? How do you know that your opinion, your way in which you think the world should be, is the right way, is the way in which dharma should be? I mean, how do you know? You don't really know. The logical way of thinking about it is that the only one who can know what is right and what is wrong is the one who knows everything completely. And we as limited beings do not have the capacity to know everything completely. So we do not have the means to really pass a judgment and say this is wrong, this is right. We don't have that. We are limited. As long as we are limited, as long as we are looking at things from one particular point of view, as long as we are looking at things from a limited perspective, and this limited perspective could be the perspective of an individual, it could be a perspective of a community, of a nation, whatever. But if it's a limited perspective, then you don't really have the full knowledge, and since you don't have the full knowledge, how can you know what is right and what is wrong? How can you know where dharma is and where adharma is? So that is what Sri Krishna is pointing to over here, that those intelligent people who are joined with me, they realize that I am the cause of all, and I am the one through which all these events are happening. So with that point of view, they look at all the events, and then basically they accept whatever Sri Krishna is offering them. So if the universe is in a certain way and these people don't like it that way, then they'll still accept that universe is a certain way because of the will of Sri Krishna, and there is something inherent in it because of which the world is like this. So they don't really focus too much on how the world should be or how the world is. They only focus at their own swadharma. So whatever their inner divinity tells them to do, that is what they do, and that's what they focus on. They don't focus on what is my opinion, how this world should be, how this thing should be, how that thing should be. They don't focus on that. They only focus on their swadharma, what is their duty, and how to perform that duty. It's basically just like a soldier. When a soldier is told to do certain thing by his superiors, uh, within the limits of his own duties, he doesn't question his superior. So similarly, a person who is joined with Sri Krishna, he does whatever Sri Krishna tells him to do. He doesn't question about other things, on why Sri Krishna is doing this, why Sri Krishna is doing that. He doesn't focus on that. He focuses only on what is his swadharma. So such a person then becomes non-judgmental. He doesn't judge anything. His focus is only on himself and what he has to do under a certain situation. So this is something that most people are not able to understand. People judge this universe based on their own values, and they don't really know the complete truth. And they have their own opinion. From that opinion, they judge the world, and then basically they create all these confusion and all the problems that we face in this world. So stay away from that. Don't really judge this world. The world is good the way it is because it has been willed like that by Sri Krishna, and there are so many things that you don't know. Therefore, don't even think about changing this world in a certain way, changing the world in another way or something like that. Just focus on your own swadharma. What is your duty? What is it that your inner divinity tells you to do? Just do that, and leave the rest on Sri Krishna. You have the option of doing an action, but you don't have the right over the fruit of that action. Sri Krishna has already said. So just do your thing, uh, whatever is your swadharma, and then leave the rest on Sri Krishna. He will take care of everything else. So I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I'll close this video. I will see you in the next video. Take care.